Hi, everyone, and welcome to 30 Minutes with Underground Solutions. We're excited to have over 100 people joining us today. Thanks for taking the time to be here with us. Today, our speakers Dan Christensen and John Kosuir will walk through our latest products and new offerings for the trenchless market and how these updates can support your projects. Please be sure to add any questions you might have to the Q&A section of the webinar, and we'll try to get to those. Thanks again for joining us, and I'll turn it over to Dan and John to get started.
Thanks, Emily, and thanks everyone for joining today. We're looking forward to doing this webinar. My name is Dan Christensen. I'm here with John Kosuir as well. We'll get into the content. The goal of this will be a quick, fast-paced run through the different products that Underground Solutions offers. I think a lot of people have come to know Underground Solutions as the people that do fusible PVC piping. But over the years, as we've grown, and especially grown with Azuria, we've gotten into a lot more products than just fusible PVC piping, a lot more technology and solutions for the trenchless industry. So we're excited to run through those. This will be a high-level overview set up so that we could have follow-up webinars to dive into specific products. We'll save questions for the end. If we got time, we'll get to questions. If we don't get time to answer all the questions that you put in the chat, we'll follow up. We have everyone's email address. We'll follow up with you individually. So let's get into it.
Thanks, Dan. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to kind of start just with a little bit of our product summary review. So as Dan kind of said, as far as Underground Solutions, some of you on this call know, we've been around for quite some time, and we are a lot more than just fusible C900 PVC pipe right now. We're part of this products group under the Azuria umbrella, which we're very excited about moving forward with, and we're able to give a lot of our customers a lot of solutions that we were never able to do before. So what we're going to kind of cover today is this is going to be kind of a product summary. We're going to go, as Dan kind of said, we're just going to kind of run through a high level with these. The ones we're going to kind of focus on today, fusible C900 PVC pipe, which again, that was the real start of Underground Solutions. Over the time, we've also brought on TerraBrute, which is a segmented pipe that for water applications. Vylon, which is a product that we brought on a few years back, probably about 3 years ago now. We also work with Primus, that is about the same amount, probably about the same time frame roughly as Vylon, maybe a little bit longer. And then Weco is one of our newer acquisitions over the last couple of years. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of go into a high level of all of these, and we can kind of go from there. So
great, thanks, John. So we'll kick it off with fusible PVC pipe. This is Underground Solutions' most well-known product. Just a quick review of this product. This product's been around for over 20 years, over 20 million feet in the ground, thousands of projects across the country and outside of the U.S. as well. And in summary, what it is it's a butt fusion welded PVC pipe, so gasket-free, fully restrained system. Works great for trenchless applications and open cut applications as well. Looking at there is a picture of the pipe in a 4-point bending test that we did as part of some seismic resiliency testing on the pipe. So the pipe comes in sizes 4 through 36-inch diameter, assembled using butt fusion welding. Once that pipe is fused, the joint is as strong as the rest of the pipe. Creates a very robust product for trenchless applications. We've seen the pipe pulled well in excess of 7,000 feet in different trenchless applications in one continuous string. It meets all AWWA C900 standards and NSF and appropriate ASTM standards. So if you're using PVC in your system, it's the same ID, OD pressure rating as typical bell and spigot PVC piping. Where's the pipe being used? So the majority of the installs with fusible PVC piping are horizontal directional drilling. That's over 60% of the installs. Then it gets to be kind of a mix after that. We see a lot of slip lining jack and bore projects where slip lining is where the pipe is being pulled inside an existing pipeline as a method of rehab. Jack and bore would be going inside a steel casing is where it would be used. Pipe bursting, when we're breaking apart the existing pipe and pulling in the new fusible PVC behind it. And then a growing segment, the open trench direct bury market. We're seeing a number of end users that are wanting fully fused, fully restrained pipelines for their entire system. So we're seeing more and more of those opportunities and that work coming up beyond just the trenchless applications for the pipe.
Yeah, and the only thing I just kind of want to add on what Dan was saying with that is that when we kind of look at territory, I guess it's kind of territory driven. For instance, we see a lot of pipe bursting in some areas and in some states, and then in other areas we don't see as much. But as Dan said, we're getting more and more actual engineers and owners wanting to go to this fully restrained joint system. So that's why open cut is becoming, and open trench applications are becoming more and more prevalent than we've seen in the past. So it's exciting for us to see the product kind of build out and get into different aspects of it. Again, directional drilling probably about 60%, and Dan kind of said this, but that could vary. That could be higher and lower in some areas. But as we see more and more municipalities and more engineering firms continue moving forward with trenchless applications, that's the exciting part about it, is that's excellent applications for all, for fusible through all the different applications that we're seeing now.
Thanks, John. The one application that we didn't mention in that mix, but it's growing as part of the Azuria family, close tolerance pipe slurification, CTPS. You may have heard about this over the past year at a NESTT event or other national trade show, but this is an Azuria technology, installation technology that is an approved EPA alternative work practice for trenchless removal and replacement of AC pipe. AC pipe's a common problem in a lot of systems. So this is taking kind of a hybrid mix of directional drilling and a little bit of pipe bursting. And what it's doing is the tooling is grinding up the existing AC pipe, pumping in a bentonite slurry into that existing pipe. And the bentonite AC slurry gets pumped out and sucked out with a vac truck and disposed of. And the fusible PVC pipe is pulled in behind it, creating a full replacement of the existing AC pipe. Finally, on the fusible PVC side of it, we want to mention we're looking at adding some manufacturing capability. So we're looking at building a new manufacturing facility in Batesville, Mississippi, to really focus on our large diameter market, which has been a growing segment for us. Still early, timeline of construction and production are still in the works, but we'll have more information to share on that as it moves forward.
This is a very exciting time for all of us, especially at Underground Solutions, to see where we've come from and then the directions that we're moving. And it's exciting to see that we're going to have more capabilities and better customer representation for all of our applications. So.
Oh, thanks, John. And yeah, I'll turn it over to you to hit on the TerraBrute side of it.
Yeah, so I'll go into TerraBrute. So TerraBrute, another product that Underground Solutions that we offer now. So again, this one's been around for us for quite some time, but when you kind of look at all the different projects that are out there, when you look at a lot of the trenchless products, a lot of the times it is not conducive for a fully fused system. So a lot of times you have to go to a cartridge loading option or something on that order, and that's where TerraBrute gives us a very good option of a product. So TerraBrute is we have about 2 million feet that we've installed since the time that we've started working with them. TerraBrute is 20-foot lengths of pipe. It started out, it was up to 12-inch, and then over the last few years, it's gone available now up to 24-inch in diameter. This is a segmented system, so this is a gasket, bell and spigot gasket, but then this has a restraint joint system to the bell itself. So as you can kind of see on this, so it is what they also refer to as a CR, so it's corrosion resistant. There's a non-metallic components in that attach into the ground. So if you can kind of see there, you have the bell itself, and then you have the spigot end that goes in, and then when that pipe gets aligned, and we have a video, we'll show you that when that gets aligned into where the holes are, that's where the pins get driven in, and that's where the pipe actually gets locked up, and that's where it becomes a fully restrained system. So if you can kind of see on the video, the guys are going to be pounding this and putting this in together. It is a very quick system. to put together, which is something that we've had a lot of the contractors, once they start using it, they really like it. Again, this is where we're starting to see a lot of this is for these maybe quick shots of maybe under driveways or 200 or 300 feet of pipe or 1,000 feet of pipe or so on, where you do not have the laydown area for a job site that may allow it to. So again, it's a quick system. It's something that gives us a little bit more flexibility with our customers and our clients to make sure that they can still get a PVC system that is restrained as well. So again, once those pins are being driven in, you can see those are lockable. They locked in. They are difficult to remove. We do get a lot of questions. Can we use this in an application for, hey, can we just do a temporary water system? They are pretty difficult to take apart. So I would, that's something we could talk about on a case by case basis. But once those pins get in there, it's a very robust system, and it's a very good restraint system to work with.
Yeah. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving quickly along here. We'll move into the Vylon section of the discussion. So Vylon pipe is a product we got involved with a few years ago. It's been around since the early 90s, primarily focusing on large diameter gravity sewer applications, both with a direct bury and a slip liner option for trenchless applications. So there on the right is a picture of a cross section of the Vylon piping. So it's a closed profile pipe made in 21 through 54-inch diameter. So closed profile, it's got a smooth outside wall and a smooth inside wall with a cross-sectional section of the pipe being an I-beam construction. So that's a very robust structural design that Vylon has created. And that allows them to produce pipe in all of the standard pipe stiffnesses in the sewer market. So PS 46, 75, and 115, depending on the application. It's got an excellent track record of being in service now for well over 35 years with some of the original installs, over 6 million feet in the ground for the product overall. So this just gives an idea of kind of the toughness and the impact resistance of the material. As you know, we're in the heavy civil contracting side of the business. All the products in this space receive abuse with the rigors of the installation. So on the left is a 60-pound weight impact test. So that's about 3x more impact than the typical ASTM standard for the pipe. And then on the right, a little less scientific, but a gentleman from the plant at Vylon went with a sledgehammer, and just started banging the pipe. So trying to demonstrate that, the pipe can handle some abuse from contractors and other things out in the field. So specific to the trenchless industry with Vylon, they make a flush joint slip liner coupler. So you can see that's a picture of it there. It's got the male end on the left, the female end on the right. It's got a little lip on the bell end there on the right. That allows this joint coupler to snap together or give a real kind of a positive connection, creates a watertight seal, and allows for gravity sewer rehab without the need of bypass pumping. So segmental slip line, low profile, so you can maximize the amount of pipe that you can get inside the existing pipe, and comes in 16-foot sections that get pushed into the existing pipe. So just a couple pictures here to see how that looks in practice. This was a recent project in California that we supplied some Vylon pipe to. There was a 32-inch Vylon slip liner going inside a 36-inch reinforced concrete pipe. You can see there, nice tight fit, live flow conditions. So that pipe gets segmentally pushed inside the existing pipe. And then grouted when they're all done and buttoned up there. So great option for rehabbing when you have the ability to utilize a pipe inside a pipe there, and not and you don't want to set up a bypass system.
Yeah, and I think one thing I just want to kind of add on with Dan with this, as far as this with the segmented slip lining aspect of it, is that when contractors come and talk to us about doing this type of install, the one thing about it is that typically deep work sewer contractors are going to already have this equipment. They're going to have the dig boxes. They're going to have everything. So when it comes to doing this install, it's a very, very low cost setup for a new contractor to be able to start doing this. So, and it's something, again, we work right along with them with the contractors and municipalities to make sure that it's properly being installed. But again, it is not a very, very high cost option to be able to get into it and start doing these installs.
Good point. Thanks, John. All right, switching gears again to the Primus line rehab.
Yeah. So Primus line, if you guys are familiar with it, so FFRP, which is just what it stands for, is flexible fabric reinforced pipe. Okay, so this is a system basically that is, and the pictures will show a little bit more, but this is a material that it's self-supporting pressure liner is what it is. So it's independent. It's an independent design from the hose pipe. This is a loose fit. This has got class 4 design characteristics. The pipe is actually, or this liner is actually, a system is actually on a reel. It gets pulled in through an existing hose pipe. And as you can see also in this in here, that it can withstand bends going through 45s and 22s and so on to be able to get through the different systems here. Product has been around for a little over 50 years with excellent testing information over the years of extensive testing from engineering and so on. Again, just a little bit of an overview on it is that it's a FFRP. It is NSF 61 approved. You can also kind of see there's layers here. So that's a Kevlar woven fabric that is on the inside. That's what gives the pipe itself the strength. Currently, we are available from 6-inch through 20-inch, and 24-inch is coming soon. So that's going to be available here in the near future. I already kind of mentioned this. It can be pulled through multiple bends, capable of lengths up to 8,000 feet. So this can really give you some good options when it comes to these trenchless applications. And it's a very, very quick system when it's installed. So we got a couple of videos here showing the pipe actually being installed through. So again, as I said, it's on a reel. As you can see, this can get pulled right into a manhole. So you do not need to open up holes, or if need be, if you can go right in through manholes. It's a small entry. Once it gets pulled in, it can go very fast. This can go up as fast as about 30 feet per minute. So you can cover a lot of ground on it. The video on the right just kind of shows how you can navigate bends with it as it's getting pulled through. As it's getting pulled through, it's actually folded, and it has a tape that goes around it that gives it its form to be able to pull it into the hose pipe. After it is pulled into place and stops where it needs to, a low amount of air pressure is applied to the pipe itself. When the air pressure comes in, it breaks the tape that's actually holding it, and it goes into its full form. And that's what's actually happening in the bottom video there. Once it's pulled into place, so connections that come along with the product itself. So it's going to be a standard flange. The connectors, they go back to the hose pipe itself, so that's where it becomes a restraint joint with it. And then there's no cure time with this. Once this gets pulled in, it's ready to go. The only part that does have a cure is the connections will have an epoxy injection to be able to seal around the actual connection, the fitting itself to the actual liner. Once that cures that epoxy, then it's cured, and then it can be put into the system, and it can be start to be filled up. So Again, it's a when I was so it's a little bit of a niche product, but I also think it gives a lot of options, some very tight areas, and it's an excellent excellent option all the way around.
Yeah. Thanks, Sean. Okay. Moving to the last product for discussion today, WecoSeal. So this is a product that we got involved with a couple years ago as they became part of the Azuria family. So this is a man entry method of rehabbing water, wastewater, and really any type of pipeline that you can physically get inside of. So just an overview of what it is. It's fairly simple concept. Man entry inside an existing pipeline, and uses a rubber seal at a joint or a spot repair of some sort to the line is prepped, and then the rubber seal is put in there, and then steel retaining rings are inserted on either end of the rubber seal to hold the seal in place. It's going to be both a pressure and a non-pressure applications it's used for. And like I said, a variety of different applications, from I&I to joint offsets to just holes in the existing line. Also, unusual shapes, so oval, elliptical, even square, rectangular shapes. We see our in situ form counterparts here at Azuria use WecoSeals for a lot of termination seals on their CIPP shots. So a variety of different applications that it can be used for. Now, as far as the size go, again, the entry size is the limitation on the small end, which would be about 18 inches is about as small as they feel comfortable getting inside of. And on the biggest size, I think that 216 is about the largest that they've done. There's nothing saying you couldn't possibly go large if you had something bigger than an 18-foot diameter pipe, but good option there for cost-effective option for spot repair of large diameter pipelines. What type of pipe can they rehab with WecoSeal? Pretty much just about any material that's out there. They can rehab it. This is just not a comprehensive list, but just the most common that we see in the industry. And you can see pretty much everything can be applied with this WecoSeal technology. Here's a picture of just what the finished seal would look like from kind of that earlier picture. So you can see the black part there is the rubber seal part, and then it's a little hard to seal there, but there's stainless steel retaining rings on either side that are inserted to hold that rubber in place, and then each joint is there's a little port on the rubber to air test each joint and make sure it's got a tight seal. WECO's been around for over 40 years and over 300,000 installations, so it's a good proven technology for trenchless spot repairs. And that brings us to the end of a kind of a fast-paced overview of the technologies and products that we're offering and using to solve problems in the trenchless and in the open cut space. I think if there's interest in this webinar format, what we'd like to do is follow up with more specific sessions for each products and that come up as well. At this time, we'll take any questions. And thanks for joining the webinar. Looks like we got about 5 minutes or so. We can stick around a little bit longer to take questions as well. Also, if we don't get to any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Our contact info is at that azuria.com Underground Solutions sales link right there, and we've also got your email address as part of the webinar. So, John, anything in the chat there for us?
Yes, we got one question that came in through, and it says, "Will there be an option for 3-inch and 4-inch in pipe I'm assuming that you're talking about fusible C900. So right now, so for fusible, yes, we are 4 through 36 inch, and we have made 3 inch for conduit projects. So we have a couple other ones coming through here. Do we also have CIPP products? Absolutely, we do. So again, so under the Kosuir umbrella, we have in situ form, which is part of our again under the Kosuir umbrella. They have CIPP products. We can again, you can reach out to Dan and I, and we can get you in touch with the CIPP rep that is in your area.
Yeah, just in the interest of time for today, we didn't dive into the both pressure and non-pressure CIPP technologies offered through in situ form, but certainly they have some great options there. And if you don't know your local in situ form rep, we would be happy to get you in touch with them.
Another question we have come through is, can we please get a copy of this presentation? Yes, we'll be able to work on that for you guys. This is being recorded. I believe this is going to be on a YouTube channel also as well. But yes, we will be able to get a copy of the presentation for you. Give another minute to see if any other comments or questions come in. But yeah, as Dan kind of said, look, we're getting to a point now where we have so many products and offerings that a half hour was just a very, very quick overview. We're running into a lot of customers now that don't know how fast we've advanced over the last couple of years and what all of our offerings are. So this is a really good way for us to kind of do a quick overview, and then obviously, we would, again, if you want to dive into these products, a little bit further, contact Dan and I. We can kind of get you set up, and we can come and do launch and learn presentations and so on. We can get it dialed into more just a fusible, or if you want more information on Violon and so on. So lot of good options out there. It's going to be a part of a company that we have this many different product offerings for our customers. So.
Hey, John, it looks like if you go in the Q&A section under published, it looks like there's a few people asking some questions under my comments.
That I haven't seen there, so I'll take a look at that.
Yeah.
I do have one question also here that just came up here. It says, have you used restraint joint PVC for HDD? Absolutely, we have. The majority of the projects that we do with with our Terra Brute, with the restraint joint PVC is an HDD. We also have had some contractors use it in a pipe bursting application, but the majority of what we've seen as far as restraint joint is going to be an HDD. So let me get back over some of these other ones. Yeah, Emily, if you're seeing some other ones, haven't come through yet. So we have one that just came through here. Are there updated ASTM standards to accommodate the new products? Dan, do you want to handle that one as far as the updated?
Yep. Yeah, we for any of the products that we mentioned that fall under an ASTM standard versus C900 or another AWWA standard, we can provide those, or we can tell you which ones they are. We can't share the full standards without having you purchase them, but we can point you in the right direction to where you need to get those. So yeah, just follow up with us and we'll get you the appropriate standard for whatever specific product or application you're in need of.
Here's another question here. It says, do you provide other educational materials like installation videos or podcasts or recent technology or materials developed? Answer is yes, we can provide you with videos. Podcast, we haven't started doing this yet. This webinar is kind of the first time we've done this, so this is new to us. So I think this will be in probably talks about how we kind of go forward with this and how we can get our information out there. Look, in general, we need to do a better job getting our information out there in general, and this is one good way of us starting to do this. And again, other ideas you guys may have, let us know, and we'll take a look at it and see what could work for everyone. So we also have, there's a comment here that says, please do a seminar on the AC pipe renovation. We would, please be more than happy to do a presentation on CTPS. You can reach out to, again, Dan and I, and we can get something set up with you. What we'll do is we'll also bring in our CTPS guru, Andrew Costa, who's with us area. He has done webinars in the past with this, and he's very versed on the subject. But yeah, no, we'd be more than happy to come in and do a presentation, lunch and learn. We can do Teams. We have a lot of different ways that we can reach you. But yeah, we'll be more than happy to do something with AC pipe. Let's see, we have anything else coming through here? I think that's what I'm seeing for right now with questions. If there's something else that I missed, we will get back to you guys through an email, but I think that's what I have coming through as of right now.
All right. Well, should we wrap it up, John?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're good.
Well, thanks everyone for joining today, and look forward to hearing from you if you have additional questions. But again, thanks for your time, and have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Have a great day.